Hello viewers, in this video we're going to be working on this mid to late 2000 Polaris Phoenix 200, and I believe we have a bad stator and well, more so the CDI trigger or pulse coil crank sensor, whatever you want to call it. Here's the stator. And here's what I'm after is this pulse coil. And also you're going to need a gasket because we got to take the side cover off. Step one is going to be draining out the oil. Probably something worth mentioning when you're draining the oil because it's got multiple drains, and this actually got me messed up last time I actually serviced this thing. I pulled the wrong drain plug out, so that sight glass there is for the transmission, and you don't want to drain that. And I'll show you, that drain plug is kind of the most easiest one to see, and it's right. So if you look at the most rear sight glass on that transmission part, you will see the drain for it's right there. So don't pull that one. You come up here and see that sight glass right here for the engine oil. This is the one we want to drain, and that drain plug is hard to see, but it is, let's see if I can, you got that bigger hole in the skid plate, and it's right there. Okay, this is what your drain plug looks like. It's got that spring and then that screen that pops in there. I believe that's how it goes when you put it back up in. So now I'm going to start working on taking off all these 8mm bolts. What's this? This little thing looks like it just pops right out of there. Oh, over here, all these wires, the wiring harness coming out of here, you're going to want to unplug that. So that's right here, I believe. So find this on yours, unplug it. And our new stator comes with a new harness coming up to here. So if you look down here, we got our wiring harness loose, unplugged. Got my 8mm. I'll start buzzing out all these bolts. Now I want to pay attention, make sure I don't know if they're a bunch of different lengths or they're all the same, so I'll let you know once I get them all out of here. Okay, I got all the bolts loosened up. They were all really long except for this one, and I believe that one goes right there in this hole. Now these bottom two bolts, let's see if I can get a shot of those, are not clearing the frame. Okay, so the trick to getting those lower two bolts out is taking out the engine mount right here. You got one big long bolt, and then you can pry up on the engine a little bit because the bolts and the cover just won't clear the bottom of the frame right here. Alright, I'm just removing all the hardware that holds the old stator and stuff in. You got the you got these three Torx head bolts here. That's what holds the stator on. That's just my bit got stuck on there. So you got those three, and then you got two little 8mm head bolts that hold the CDI trigger on here, and also it's got this ground strap that also goes through that and then goes into there. So got two of those. Don't forget to put this ground strap back on when you're putting in the new one. I got some Loctite here. I was gonna say, I don't trust putting any of that back together without some blue Loctite, because you don't want any of these bolts falling out of here and then go rattling around inside all that stuff. Okay, so we got this new stator put in here. There's the old one. And the only thing to really pay attention to here is you want to make sure that wire going out the back of the stator is underneath your trigger. You don't want to put it, this wire here on the old one. You don't want it going over top because it hit the flywheel there. So you want to make sure you get that wire down there tucked underneath the trigger and up here. And I had to pull my this rubber seal on the new harness up and down to get the slack right. So now I'm just going to try to get this back down here and slipped into its little groove. Well, there you have it. Got all 3 bolts back in for the stator. Loctite. I am getting ready to put this cover back on. So I got the old gasket scraped off the block, and then I took a little brake cleaner and cleaned the oily residue off this, because I'm going to use some of this high-tack gasket sealant, and I use this a lot to keep the gaskets in place so they don't, move around when you're trying to put this back on. Don't forget to put your little spring-loaded button thing here on the end of the crank. There. Now, so there you go. Got the cover back on. I torqued all the bolts down to like 7 foot-pounds. I don't know what the spec is. That's just what I felt like it was. So you might want to look that up for yourself. Get your wiring harness here and pass it back through to the other side where it plugs in. Make sure it's not touching the exhaust. Got your oil back in it. Make sure it's not leaking. Not too bad of a job. It's a little bit easier on the Yamahas because they're not inside the oiled area. They're kind of in their own little spot. But some takeaways: you're going to need an 8mm socket. You're going to need a Torx bit. I think it's like a T25. You're going to need stator that fits. This one was slightly too big to fit in mine, and maybe some of that tacky make your gasket stick on there stuff. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.